Hey now, what's up guys? I am here to talk about Batman because literally I can't get enough of talking about Batman. But specifically, Batman the Animated Series, which is an animated TV show that first aired in 1992. Wow, I was like 3 years old. And this animated series, this TV show, this cartoon TV show of Batman, I grew up to the show. This has hands down have to be my favorite animated TV show. And hell, as much as I love the Batman movies, and there's a whole bunch of the Batman movies that I love, without a doubt, I'd have to be honest and say that Batman the Animated Series is the most accurate portrayal of the character that I've ever seen in any medium. What I mean by that is you have so many episodes that are about Batman. Some people complain about how the movies seem to be more about the villains and such, which, whether that's true or not, whatever. You get so much characterization of Bruce Wayne and Batman in all of these episodes, and I feel like they cover all aspects of the character so perfectly. Not only his ninja training, but his detective skills. But instead of attempting to talk about the whole series, because there's just too many episodes to try to do that right, I'm going to talk about my favorite episodes of Season 1. Now, Feet of Clay is an episode where we first saw Clayface. You see his origin in this episode, actually. It's a two-part episode, which is really cool that some stories and some villains got 2 episodes to fully tell their story.
The man's the master of disguise.
Now, before he was Clayface, he was this actor, Matt Hagen, who was a very popular actor. But the older he got, the more he became worried about his looks and his leading man roles. So he got involved with some of the wrong people who had the supply of facial cream that made him stay ageless. And of course, he became addicted to it until one time where he couldn't pay off. The gang took him out, poured the cream all over him, like so much of it got on him that it altered his DNA. And yes, he's grotesque looking, and he's this huge monstrous creature, but he can also shapeshift into whoever he wants.
Why don't you tell them about me?
Next episode is On Leather Wings, which was the very first episode that aired for this show. And it's really cool because not only do you have Batman first in Gotham, and the cops and people in the city don't really know what to make of him.
Get away!
Man-Bat. Man-Bat is, in my opinion, an underrated villain. In the episode, he's the scientist that messed around with some bat DNA, and it caused him to turn into this giant bat. Now, when the bat goes out to cause crimes and destruction, everyone thinks that it's Batman.
The Batman's been sighted breaking into Phoenix Land.
Not only does Batman have to stop this creature, but he kind of has to save his reputation.
I want him by any means necessary.
Heart of Ice is a personal favorite of mine because you see Mr. Freeze. And before this, Mr. Freeze was kind of a joke villain. I mean, I've never seen him before taken that seriously.
Mr. Freeze to you.
But here, Batman the Animated Series created this origin for Mr. Freeze, and ever since they use this as his backstory because it's the most fascinating story that you ever could have written for the character, and I love it. You see Victor Freeze, he was a scientist, his wife Nora got this disease, and in an attempt to save her life, he had to freeze her until he was able to come up with a cure. And during that, there was a huge accident where the people he worked for didn't want him working on this. And in that accident, the chemicals came onto him, and now his body temperature is basically frozen. That's how he becomes Mr. Freeze.
The stolen objects combine into a massive weapon. Very good. Detective.
Next episode is Two-Face, which again is a 2-part episode, and this is the origin of Harvey Dent becoming Two-Face. And I love how they play the fact that Harvey Dent, the district attorney, not only was close friends with Bruce Wayne, but he had signs of being crazy beforehand, almost like a split personality thing.
I would like to speak with your other personality.
And then Harvey Dent getting involved with Rupert Thorne, who's a big gangster, almost like a Carmen Falcone type.
We have a deal?
That's where everything goes wrong, and Batman tries to save him, but this freak accident at this power plant blows up half of his face.
Let me help you.
And not only do I like the fact that they did give us 2 episodes for the origin of Two-Face, I love the fact how even before this episode, there was at least 2 or 3 episodes where you just saw Harvey Dent as Harvey Dent. He was there in the background as like a side character.
It's time to finish Thor.
And the second to last episode, Christmas with the Joker. This episode is awesome. I remember being a kid, I used to watch this episode once a year, every Christmas, because not only is it just a great Christmas episode, but it's a great episode in general where it's just fun.
Fun has just begun.
I love how Dick Grayson, Robin, finds out that Bruce Wayne never watched It's a Wonderful Life. So he's like, no, you're going to watch this movie. I don't care what I have to do. But of course, while that's going on, the Joker breaks out of Arkham and he kidnaps Gordon and Bullock and a bunch of police officers.
I'm sure all the folks at home will enjoy sharing this special occasion.
And this episode is one of the best examples of why not only is the Joker the best Batman villain, but Mark Hamill, who plays the Joker, has to be the best voice for this character. You wouldn't even recognize that that's Mark Hamill, just how much he's into it, the laugh. It's awesome.
Looks like we're experiencing technical difficulty. But don't worry, folks. We're still on the air.
And coming in at number 1 as my favorite episode in Season 1 of Batman the Animated Series is Dreams in Darkness. It starts off with Batman locked up in Arkham Asylum, and that's just a crazy image, a crazy idea to see. And these doctors are sort of trying to figure out the psychology of Batman and what makes him do what he does. And you come to find out as you go on that Batman, he's actually been dosed with Scarecrow's fear gas. And that's why he's freaking out, that's why he's going crazy.
They will learn the true nature of power.
All of his nightmares coming to the forefront, like the one part in particular that I just find so memorable. And he imagines the night where his parents were murdered. Like he sees them going to this tunnel, the bridge raises up, turns into a gun, and it's such a great way to get into the psyche, into the mind of Batman, Bruce Wayne, and a great way to cover his origin without having to really go back and do his origin.
Succumb to the fear, Batman.
So guys, that was my top favorite episodes in Batman Animated Series Season 1. I will do another video where I talk about Season 2 and then eventually 3 and 4. But let me know in the comments below not only what you think of Batman the Animated Series, but what are some of your favorite episodes from Season 1. Anyways guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Later!
Get everyone on the street. We gotta stop him now.
Come on! Giant bat!
I've been bad news before. Last chance. You blew it, you jerks!